The conversation around Caitlin Clark has been loud, emotional, and at times, downright divisive. But now, one of her own teammates is stepping in and setting the record straight. In a recent interview, Aliyah didn't just casually respond to the growing criticism surrounding Clark. She addressed it head-on, with clarity, confidence, and a tone that made one thing very clear. There's a real level of respect inside that locker room, no matter what the outside noise says. For weeks, headlines have been dominated by comments from WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes, who questioned the hype around Caitlin Clark and raised concerns about how quickly she's been elevated in the league. Those remarks sparked intense debate across fans and analysts alike. Some agreed, saying Clark still has a lot to prove at the professional level. Others felt the criticism crossed a line, especially considering Clark's impact on the game's visibility and growth. But while social media turned it into a battlefield, Aliyah brought it back to reality. In the interview, Boston didn't dismiss Swoopes or disrespect her legacy. Instead, she calmly emphasized what actually matters: the work being done on the court, the effort behind the scenes, and the respect players have for each other inside the league. She made it clear that narratives built from the outside often miss the full picture. Boston pointed out that Caitlin Clark isn't just a name generating headlines. She's a competitor who shows up every day, puts in the work, and continues to adjust to the demands of the WNBA. That transition isn't easy for any rookie, no matter how talented or popular they are. And according to Boston, Clark has handled it with professionalism and focus. There was no dramatic defense, no emotional outburst, just a grounded perspective that carried weight because it came from someone who sees Clark up close, not from afar. Boston also touched on something deeper: the idea that players in the league should be building each other up, not tearing each other down. Without directly calling anyone out, she made it clear that respect across generations matters. The WNBA that has grown because of legends like Swoopes, but it continues to evolve because of new players like Clark. Both can exist and both deserve recognition. That balance is something fans often overlook. It's easier to pick sides, to turn conversations into conflicts, but Boston's message cut through that noise. She reminded everyone that basketball isn't about online debates, it's about performance, teamwork, and growth. And speaking of performance, Clark has been steadily improving. While her early games came with expected struggles adjusting to faster defenses, stronger opponents, and a more physical style, she's already shown flashes of why she was so highly regarded coming into the league. Her court vision, deep shooting range, and confidence remain intact, and game by game she's finding her rhythm. Boston acknowledged that growth, making it clear that development takes time. No rookie dominates instantly, and expecting that sets unrealistic standards. Instead, she emphasized patience, something that often disappears when hype enters the conversation. What stood out most in Boston's response was her authenticity. She didn't sound like she was reading a script or trying to control a narrative. She sounded like a teammate, someone who understands the grind, the pressure, and the reality of competing at the highest level. That kind of voice matters, especially in moments like this. Because at the end of the day, the WNBA isn't just growing because of viral moments or controversial takes. It's growing because of the players who continue to push the game forward. And when players like Aliyah speak, it brings the focus back to what truly matters. Not headlines, not debates, not comparisons, just basketball. And right now, that's exactly where Caitlin Clark continues to make her mark.